Olight already produced powerful and bright flashlight, Olight Javelin Pro, and another tactical model, Olight Warrior X Pro, which has less throw and is quite compact. And I will present you a review of model that combines advantages of both of them. Being almost the same compact as Warrior X Pro, Warrior X Turbo has throw similar to Javelin Pro. If what you see in this review impress you and you would like to buy this flashlight, there's a link to store where you can do it, just check below video. And if you're first time at my channel, feel free to subscribe and click bell not to miss new reviews. The package is a thick-walled white cardboard box with a good design and a picture of a flashlight on the cover. It immediately makes it clear that there is a serious thing inside. And inside actually everything you need: a holster with a flashlight and battery inside flashlight, and a small flat box which contains a lanyard, replaceable stop ring, a charging cable and a manual. I would prefer holster of Warrior X Pro. It was more practical, it covered the whole flashlight and there was a hole in the center to prevent the flashlight from burning through the holster. The flashlight is definitely not from the category of compact throwers, but not some kind of monster like 4 batteries powered model. It has a quite normal length, the only difference is in the head diameter. The exterior of Olight Warrior X Turbo is amazing. This is a really brutal, purely masculine flashlight. Black, there is a gun grey version as well, with a massive head with pronounced edges. It's immediately clear that this is not some kind of pocket elegant EDC flashlight. A lot of tactical flashlights are quite alike. Then this model definitely stands out with its Olight Azure bezel and an unusual tail button. And the design of this button is the strong point of the model. Firstly, the button is 2-level and depending on the depth of pressing, it activates one of the 2 available brightness levels. And second, it works like a magnetic charging contact, of course a light charge system. If you lost or broke this wire, you will need an external charger. And there are few chargers that can store such a long battery. Basically, you are limited to X-Star or Nightcore chargers. One more advantage is remote button. You don't need to screw it onto the tail instead of the tail cap, and it is just magnetically connected. Warrior X Pro also had magnetic remote button, but this time the button of Olight Warrior X Turbo is more secure and holds better. Forget about promised 2 amperes of charging current, it drops down really quickly, so it takes like 5 hours to fully charge battery, and also you can forget about third-party batteries. Olight Warrior X Turbo works only with long and expensive Olight proprietary battery. Though I think that if you found money for such a frankly expensive flashlight, then buying a spare proprietary battery should not be a financial challenge for you. I understand why company does it, but I definitely don't support it. If you need something more affordable, but still with good throw and user interface, I recommend reading my review of Sapphire C8G, there is a link under video, just check it, it's really good budget thrower. Machining, of course, at the highest level, the threads are well lubricated. In addition to the default metal grip ring, there's a replaceable soft ring and you can attach both clip and this soft ring. The knurling is large, tenacious, with 2 flat cheeks, and the grip itself is firm, the flashlight fits perfectly in the hand. Compared to Olight Warrior X Pro, cooling fins are symbolic here. This is how it was in Olight Warrior X Pro, and I've seen only a few models comparable in finning. With quite massive head, Warrior X Turbo handles with heat dissipation even without cooling fins, so that's no problem at all. Teeth are in the best traditions of tactical flashlights, I mean that they are long. And I also like the color of bezel, the Olight brand color, it looks really good. The glass is anti-reflective, initially covered with a protective sticker. And there is a deep, smooth reflector under this glass, and there is a tiny LED Osram here. The combination of size of LED, the size of reflector, and the brightness that this LED emits allows this flashlight to have such a crazy throw. That is all about appearance. Traditionally for Olight it is amazing, so should be build quality, but traditionally forget about third-party batteries. Brightness is fully stabilized and lasts really long. For example, taking into account the fact that you need high mode only for a really short time to activate it right before you shoot, so these 6-10 minutes of high mode will be enough with a huge excess. The beam is focused to the central point as much as possible. This is the reason why, with almost half the brightness comparing to Warrior X Pro, this Warrior Turbo gives the declared throw of 1000 meters against 600 meters of Warrior X Pro. You can expect something more focused only for LEP flashlights, which are rather laser pointers than flashlights at all, like X-Beam W30, which I hope to review soon, so subscribe. Due to this, even at low mode with its unimpressive 150 lumens, Olight Warrior X Turbo is absolutely reliable in range of 100 meters. And these are not just words, you can see all these photographs and just understand what to expect from Olight Warrior X Turbo. And here are my overall impressions. Olight Warrior X Turbo is a very specific but interesting alternative to another remarkable and similar in throw model, I mean Olight Javelot Pro. Having similar head size, Javelot Pro is 2 times brighter. That's how it reaches such a throw. So at the same brightness, Javelot Pro will definitely lose out to the Warrior X Turbo. Though light temperature, by the way, is nicely neutral, unlike the Warrior X Turbo, which has cold white color temperature. And you can also gun mount Javelot Pro if need. This is 2 batteries powered model, which is significantly longer than the Warrior X Turbo, and it costs a third more. It is also worth noting. And you can use Javelot Pro for some non-tactical and hunting needs, but Warrior X Turbo is absolutely gun-mounted type flashlight due to just 2 modes and user interface. It's not that convenient when you just use it like an ordinary long thrower hand flashlight. It is again a very specific model. It makes no sense to buy it for some usual EDC-like needs, and so, if you need flashlight that, though having extremely capacious battery, still fits in your pocket, flashlight with a crazy throw, with maximum beam focusing and penetrating power, light that lasts for 30 hours in a mode which reaches above 100 meters. If you be satisfied that you have albeit extremely convenient and quick access, but access only to 2 modes, a flashlight that works only with an expensive proprietary battery, which is too long to be compatible with most of external chargers, and if there are no financial problems to buy new top brand product, with all these variables in mind, Olight Warrior X Turbo will be a flashlight that will surely make you happy and impress everyone around you. No one around would expect that a flashlight with the dimensions of a regular tactical one will be able to produce such a beam. It perfectly does what it was created for, to simply cut through the darkness, to illuminate madly at the maximum possible distance, where the naked eye will not see anything less than school bus. If you need something compact and at the same time long-lasting and far-hitting to mount under barrel of your gun, take a closer look at the Olight Warrior X Turbo. You will certainly fork out to own such a flashlight, but this is a flagship novelty from Olight and there is no reason to expect anything else in price. If your budget is limited by a drastically lower amount, just check my review of Saphirn C8G below video, it's worth a reading. And that's basically all. I hope you like my review, and if you already have Warrior X Turbo, I appreciate if you share your opinion with viewers, and if you like or don't like this model, also share your opinion in comments. Besides link to store where you can buy Olight Warrior X Turbo, there's a link to my manual how to choose flashlight, main things in simple words. I recommend reading this text because if you are not that experienced flashlight user, it may help you not to waste money on buying some crappy things that a lot of store trade. And my next review will be about one more long thrower from a big brand, I mean Phoenix HT18, and then there will be headlamp from Phoenix as well, one Nightcore novelty, then one Ace Beam novelty and a pair of convoys. and I hope I will have some free time after all these reviews. So there will be a bunch of interesting things to look at, and feel free to subscribe and click bell in order not to miss all these reviews. Again, Olight Warrior X Turbo, powerful flashlight with a real throw. Very specific model, but if you need something compact with maximum possible throw, that is what you need to mount on your gun. If you don't want to spend that much money, just take a look at Sapphire C8G. Bye.